Hello again, Madrid stars. Let me start by saying, Ala Madrid. Ala Madrid. Ala Madrid. Man, congratulations to each and every one of us. I wanted to do this video immediately after the game, but I was sweating profusely. Like, that was madness. 120 plus minutes of madness. So many things to talk about. So many beautiful things to just look back at and just celebrate and be happy about. After the game yesterday, I was on a call for about an hour with a couple of Real Madrid and Barcelona fans on WhatsApp. We were just making fun of each other, and even some Arsenal fans were there, our friends. It was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful night. I'm so happy. I love this club. I love this club. Saying I love this club is an understatement. Like, saying I love this club is an understatement. I live and breathe Real Madrid. This is the only club I've known, I've supported since I was smart enough to know what football is, and following a club and being dedicated and loyal to a club is. I love this club. I love this club. They make you suffer, but victory is worth it. The feeling of victory is always worth it at the end. It was such a beautiful night. It was such a beautiful night. Man, where do I start from? The stats do not go our way. Like, did not go our way at all. Like, we didn't have our first corner kick till the 160 minutes, first half of extra time. That's to show you how pinned down we were by Manchester City. Right? They pinned us down, but we were really compact at the back, and we closed down the channels in the middle, which meant that they were forced to recycle the ball from side to side to side. And you will notice something that we did really well in this game as well. While last week we were giving them a lot of chances and we're not closing them down fast enough at the edge of the box, we did that a lot this time around, and we did it really well. Right? Even the goal that they scored was, if Rudiger had cleared properly and the ball was not too fast for him, he will still be on his feet, which means that it's very likely blocks that shot from De Bruyne, or he wins the ball off of him. And by the way, Rudiger has been a stalwart. Like, he has been massive all season for us. Like, kudos to you, Rudiger. Kudos to you. City were basically in our half a lot of the time, especially in the second half. In the first half, it was somewhat almost evenly distributed, although statistics favor City and the way they play and their ability to keep the ball. We did say that if we're going to beat City, it's going to be in transition attack, and we did that. Beautiful touch, beautiful control of the ball by Jude Bellingham. Beautiful to beat either Ruben Diaz or Rodri, and then still dribble Ruben Diaz or Rodri before passing the ball to Valverde, who lays it up Vini, who was playing as an attacker today. Interesting tweak by Ancelotti. I like that. And people say he's not tactical, or has no tactical awareness. Like, man, and then Vini just does what Vini does. Like, lays the ball, and the ball finds Rodrigo, who did not connect with it correctly the first time, and it was a nice reflex save from Ederson, and ball came back to him, and he just basically slot-led it into an empty net the second time around. But let me focus on our play and the individual players and their performance, right? Everyone is aware that our game plan for this game was punish City in transition attack, right? But we also knew going into this game that we were going to suffer, because it meant that we were either going to set up in a low block, in a middle block, or really press. We've pressed a bit in the... I knew we were not going to press. If you watch the game again, when the game started and City passed the ball first, you will notice that as soon as they passed it back, only one person, I don't remember if it was Jude or Vini, that was running towards the ball to go try and get the ball. Every other Real Madrid player moved back. And I think that basically set the tone for the game for me. As soon as I saw that, I knew we were going to sit in a low block, or in a mid or low block. And for like the first half of the first half, right, we were in a mid block. We weren't sitting too deep, which meant that it was easy for us to change shape, which means it was easy for us to press, and it was easy for us to resort back to the mid block and then back to low block when we needed to. But staying in a mid block might save you a lot of energy, because you're basically just moving from side to side and forcing your opponent to play to that side and not exploit the middle, which is far more dangerous. Mid block, you have to do some running, because you need to know when to transition into pressing. And then in mid block, it is easier when you win the ball as well to make that change from being in a mid block when the ball is on with you to being to transition to being in transition attack as soon as you win the ball, which means that your players are doing a lot of running. And because we are not a team with the pressing DNA like a Liverpool that presses you and are very coordinated with their press from the beginning to the end of the game, which basically breeds chaos. It was difficult for us, but it's also one of our strengths as a Real Madrid team, because it means we are very, very adaptable. We are malleable to the situation, which a lot of people do not. A lot of other teams do not really know how to do, and that's why they say, "Oh, Madrid does not have a football DNA." Our football DNA is to win, and not just to win trophies, right? Yeah. So that's it. So that's how we set up, which meant that I knew we were going to really suffer. Like, I could not even sit down while watching the game. I was just pacing and moving about, and I basically screamed when De Bruyne equalized in the 78 or so minutes. Like, we had just less than 13 or 15 minutes left to just hold on, right? But anyway, we won the game. We're in the semi-final. We're going to play in the second leg in the Bernabeu, which is really, 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 really important. And we're going to be playing Bayern Munich, familiar foe. Really looking forward to that. I am going to talk about Lunin last. I always start with him, but he's heroic in this game. Basically saved us. He has become a Real Madrid legend, right? And he's going to cement that when we win the Champions League, because this is the biggest foe in this game for us. We needed to defeat the ghost of Man City, and we have done that at the Etihad, which is massive. The confidence, and don't forget that in the summer we are bringing in reinforcements. Kylian Mbappe is joining us, Endrick is coming, we might be getting Davies, but after what I've seen of Felan Mendy, I don't think we need him. I think we should still stick with Ferland Mendy and Frank Garcia. They are going to get better. Okay, Ferland Mendy is a beast. I'm coming to talk about him. So let's start from Dani Carvajal. Oh my God, that performance is what you call captain material performance. He's a very smart man. He does not have a lot of strength to rely on most of the time, but he's a very smart man. He knows in the box 18, because I was looking at it, that's the difference between what a Carvajal would do and an Araujo. Maybe it's because of experience, right? He knew when to just stand his ground and ensure his marker decides to not go inside of him but outside, right? And there are other times he was so brilliant and so knowledgeable and so intelligent that he will force a foul off of Grealish and Doku, and these are very tricky and very fast players. And Carvajal stood his ground most times, because in the play that led to the goal, he was beaten on the right side. But otherwise, great game from him. Really great game from him. Like, he left it all on that pitch to the point where he could no longer play. It was obvious he could no longer play and was suffering from cramps on both legs. It was serious. It was serious. Let's come to Rudiger. Oh my God, I am in love with Rudiger. That is leadership. That is captain material. That is a player with influence. Solid all round. The first leg kept Alan quiet. Did the same in the second leg. Even when Julian Alvarez came in, no show. Because Rudiger was marshalling that defense and was not going to let any team get past him. Really, really massive game. Really massive game from him. And scoring the winning penalty for Real Madrid. Come on, man. You've entered our folklore. This brings me to Nacho. I will not lie. I was scared. If you watch my previous videos, I was really scared of having Nacho in the team. But he channeled his inner Sergio Ramos. He barely put a foot wrong. This was a massive game. This was a massive game from him. Very captain-like. Like, was going toe-to-toe with Alan, because Alan was moving away from Rudiger towards Nacho, because Nacho is not as physically imposing and physically strong as a Rudiger. But Nacho will not allow it happen. This is the Champions League quarterfinals we're playing, for Christ's sake. And it's the captain. And he turned up. Even in the penalty, he turned up for us. Then come Ferland Mendy. He locked down that place. There were a couple of times they were able to pass the ball around him when he was isolated in a one-on-one situation. But other than that, he did his job really well. You come towards his side. Foden started there, had to leave. Bernardo went there, had to come back to the middle. Like, he made sure they were always recycling the ball and they were not able to get it past him in most cases. Let's come to the middle of the park. Toni Kroos, wonderful game from him. Like, we all knew he did not have the power to play the entire minute in this high intensity game. So kudos to him, and you would not believe he actually broke character. Like, Toni Kroos, that most people believe does not really show his emotions. He was so happy after the penalty from Rudiger. Was one of the first to get to Rudiger and hug him while Rudiger was on the floor. So it was a really great thing to see. Come on, my boy. I can't believe we got this boy for that amount that we did. Turned up today. Turned up big time. Turned up big time. Turned up big time. Right, he misplaced a couple of passes, right, towards the end of the game and in extra time as well. But overall play, he has grown, really intelligent. Like, come on, massive player. I'm so happy to have you in my team, Camavinga. I'm so happy. Madridistas are so happy. We love you. a lot. Man, this was wonderful. I kid you not. It was wonderful to watch. Then come Fede Valverde, our future captain. What can I say that has not been said about this man that will run and run and run and run and run regardless of the minutes, regardless of the time in the game. He will defend, he will attack, he will defend, he will attack, he will defend, he will attack. Oh my God. We are so lucky to have you, Valverde. We are so lucky to have you. We are very, 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 I repeat, very, very lucky to have you. It was. Man, I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Man, I was expecting to take one of the penalties, but it did not. Now let's go to Jude. Na 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 na. Hey Jude, that was class art from the City fans singing that like in different times during the game. But Jude, what a man, what a match, what a boy. What a beautiful touch. That led to Rodrigo's goal. Oh my God, exquisite, Zidansky. And people say he's not technically gifted. He's a very effective dribbler. Let me repeat that. He's a very efficient dribbler. Take him over Foden any day, anytime. And I'm not saying Foden is a good player. Take him over Foden any day, anytime. Beautiful penalty. That shows confidence. Age 20, he's still 20, in case you forget. He's still 20 years of age, in case you forget. Really, really beautiful mindset. Really beautiful mindset. Vini and Rodrigo. Those boys. Man, especially Vini. He gave everything. Like, Vini is maturing before our eyes. He gave everything. Kudos to Kai Walker for doing what he was supposed to do, even after being out for a couple of games. Like, did not show that he had no sharpness at all. It was just great game from Kai Walker, great game from Vini as well. Was chiefly responsible for Rodrigo's goal in collaboration with Fede and Bellingham. Now let's talk about the substitutes. Brahim coming in did not necessarily do much, but it was good to have a presence that could actually hold the ball in front, because Vini and Rodrigo were visibly exhausted, and Madrid also coming on later in the game to replace a like-for-like replacement with Toni Kroos was good as well. Helped us keep the ball and helped us pass the ball in those very dangerous areas while we were basically pegged back by Man City. So that presence, that experience presence to be able to hold the ball, that was really, really crucial for us. But though I was surprised he missed the penalty, right? Like, that was very, very unusual. Very, very unusual. And at that point I thought, okay, it is over. But then the heroics of Andre Looney, my man of the match for sure, was pivotal in clearing every danger, especially from aerial balls from City, whether through crosses, whether through corners or free kicks and all of those things. It was crucial. He knew, like, he did not put the foot wrong. It was very pivotal. It was so good to ask in that game. Really proud of Looney. Really proud of Looney. Like, you've entered Real Madrid folklore with this performance. All that's left is to go and win this tournament. Win and win the tournament. Win and win the tournament. Man, this is good. Who else came in that I've not spoken about. Yeah, Eder Militao came in. It was really good. As soon as and Lord Vasquez and his beautiful penalty. I am so confident in him. Like he puts fear in you, the goalkeeper. He did it in 2016 against Atletico Madrid. It was playing with the ball. This one, he was even juggling it. We just knew, like you just knew he was going to convert it. And then Militao's presence coming in to play right back, which he used to play in Porto, by the way, was really good. It was like we were better in the extra time. It was now a end-to-end attack, but Madrid stayed really compact. Like we did not commit too many bodies forward, which meant that when we're attacking and when we win the ball and we're attacking, we're so flat-footed and exhausted that we could not convert any of those chances. I still think I do not necessarily agree with that style of play from Ancelotti, because I was going to say it was like Real Madrid, but that's a lie. Like we play anything, we play any way that would make us win. We do not care how we win. We just care that we win, right? But it was more than 2 hours of suffering from a Real Madrid standpoint, and I'm just glad we qualified. Next up is Barcelona, the El Clasico on Sunday. Hopefully a couple of these players get some rest and we get to see others start the game, right? And then we face in 2 weeks a Bayern Munich side. Okay, really looking forward to that. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the subscription. Okay, keep doing that. If you come across this video, if you're one of my very consistent audience, please keep watching. Please subscribe. Please like. Please leave a comment. I always like to engage, and just share your thoughts about how that match made you feel, because my soul almost left my body. Hala Madrid once again. See you all next time.